Welcome back, you guys. Today I'm going to show you how to make this adorable cake inspired by some macaroons that I made with my friend Danielle. So last week we got together and she showed me all of her tips and tricks on how to make macaroons, and we made a bunch of different types. And this cake is inspired by both the colors and the flavors. So I swirled together some light pink, light blue, and white batter to create 3 8-inch cake rounds. So this is just my favorite vanilla layer cake recipe that I've added 2 teaspoons of almond extract to because macaroons obviously are made with almond meal, and I wanted to kind of have that flavor permeate throughout my cake. I'm frosting this with my classic American buttercream, which I've also added 2 teaspoons of almond extract to. Almond extract has a pretty strong flavor, so whenever you're adding it to something, always add a little bit and then taste test as you go, just to make sure that you get it to exactly the way you want it to taste. For me, 2 teaspoons is really the sweet spot, but you might like it a little bit stronger, or maybe you want to add a little bit less. So once I had stacked my 3 cake layers, I added a thin crumb coat and I smoothed using my bench scraper. I then popped the cake into the freezer for about 5 minutes until my crumb coat was nice and firm, and I then added on my second thicker layer of frosting. I don't usually take you guys through the whole smoothing process in these shorter videos, but that's because I have a really in-depth tutorial showing exactly how I smooth my frosting up on my YouTube channel, so you can click the link in the upper right corner if you want to learn all about the process. Next came the best part, to add all of those really cute macaroons that we made to the sides of the cake. So here is a quick glimpse at the macaroons that we made. We made some creamsicle flavored macaroons shaped like creamsicles. We also made a few different types of ice cream cones, and of course we also piped some just classic circular macaroons. To ensure that the macaroons are really secure against the cake, I added a bit of buttercream to the back of each macaroon using a piping bag, and then I carefully placed it against my chilled cake. So I repeated this process with all of my larger, fun-shaped macaroons, and I tried to alternate my shapes, so I did creamsicle and then an ice cream cone until I had made my way around the entire base of the cake. And once all of those were in place, I decided that I wanted to add some macaroons to the top of the cake as well, because you can't have too many macaroons, right? I used a Wilton 1M tip to pipe some buttercream rosettes around the perimeter of the cake, and once all of those were in place, I carefully placed my macaroons on top of each little rosette. And that's all there is to it. You know, the hardest part of this cake is obviously making the macaroons, but once you've already made them, it's so easy to add them to the cake, and it really gives the cake such a beautiful and fun look. So now we'll cut into the cake so that you guys can see how all those really fun swirled layers perfectly match the macaroons that we've added to this cake. So I shifted my macaroons a tiny bit just to make it easier to cut into this cake. And I also cut a massive slice just because I really wanted you guys to see those beautiful swirled layers. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you want to see more on how we created all these macaroons, you can click the link in the upper right corner. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons. So thanks so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you guys again soon.